See if it picks it up. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. I don't want it to. It's like weird. I'm not used to having to watch what I play in the background too. So I'm like, okay, today's like the new day of like the new guide stuff on TikTok. So I'm like, well, we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna keep it down. Like I'm gonna keep it in the background. I don't know. It feels weird to stream and like now some people are just saying it's for commercial use and other people are saying, oh, it's only in Switzerland, like all this shit. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll find out. Guys, welcome to that, like, yeah, I was gonna say I like it when people like see that beautiful website over there. Yeah, see right there. Yeah, go check it out. I said I got a lot of stuff on there. There's a lot more to come. It's definitely been keeping me busy for sure. I said I've finally gotten to the point in summertime where I don't go out. Like I can't like listen, I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't go when you go and you sell goods, right? At any type of place. Like you go to say you get a spot at a concert or a show or whatever, normally you pay a fee, right? Like you go to these big events, you pay a fee, then they you know, you go, you set up, and then hopefully you make your money back. Every time's like a little bit risky, but you know, it's most of the time it's worth it if it's a good event. You know what I mean? So if I'm questioning it, I'll go out and then maybe set one up for like the next year. But most of the time I can tell, like there's certain ways that you can tell. Like you look at the ticket price. The ticket price, if the ticket price is too high, you're probably not going to make any money being a vendor at that show because people already spent their money before they even got in it and they don't want to spend any more. So if there's certain things that I look for, I also look at like for the time of the year because if it's too hot or there's flooding or there's any type of natural anything, then people just won't come out and then you're kind of out money. So it's like this whole thing. In summertime, I do not like, ugh, especially like this time of year. August is even worse. I'm in Delaware, so like I'm right by the ocean. It gets so fucking humid. Like it's so bad. Oh my god, it's so bad. Like it, when I tell you it's bad, it gets like you walk outside and it's like walking into a fucking jar. Like this time of year, my hair is normally up all the time. But so you know, you go out and you do these events. Like I've been working on it for a bit, just trying to get like other people to go out for me. You know what I mean? Because like I just can't. Like oh god, it's so gross. And like so you pack everything in the car, right? This is how the day goes. Like depending on what time it starts, you stop, you pack everything in the car, right? Take the car to where you're going to. You unload wherever they, you know, whatever spot that you've either bought and or they've given you, right? Then you unpack the car, you set everything up, including your, you know, your awning, your tent, all that stuff. You know, whatever else that you've managed to fit in the car, like all that stuff. So I said sometimes I'll do raffles. I'll throw that in there too. Like it's just, like I said, there. So, but it's all this stuff, and then you're like sitting there, and you're just in the sweltering heat, like all day and all day. And then a lot of people, I give people props. Like a lot of times they'll do them by themselves just because in case they don't make money, they don't want to have to like pay somebody else. But I'm like to the point, I'm just kind of like I, you know what I mean? With this, like I could take it and like book events that are out in Washington State. I just gotta find somebody out in Washington State that like, why does it make it look like, do I have like a filter on or something? Yeah, there's a filter on. Look at that. Why is it like that? Oh, that's weird. I was like looking, I was like, man, like it looks weird. I dual stream first thing in the morning, so let's see, how do we fix this? All right, but so like I said, during this time of year, it's just like it's just a bad place. Like it's a bad time to be outside. You know what I mean? So hey, Aries, good morning. There we go. I think I fixed it. I feel like I fixed it. Okay, there we go. I looked, I was like, I look like one of those little porcelain dolls. Why? Why is that? So I said, what I can do is like have other people, like there's some people, they really like the summertime for whatever reason, I don't know. But they do, they enjoy it. Like, cool, I can have people go out. Like, that's the, you know what I mean? Like, I can make this work. I'm like I said, I turned 45 the other day. I do not have the energy to go. Like, we're having like a severe heat warning here. like what do they call it? Like it's like where you really got to be careful. If you're somebody that works outside on like these days, you have to be really careful because it's like, yeah, we're getting a bad one. I said down here because like we're right next to the ocean. Our humidity makes it like it's supposed to be around, technically considering with the humidity, it's supposed to be something like 120 degrees today. I'm like, I don't think I'll be going out and shooting pool tonight. I'll just wait till tomorrow. I said I went out Wednesday. I did not shoot well. The girl that I played, I'm like a level 1. She's a level 3. So she's a lot better than me. I need less points, but she's like much better than me. Hi, Dawson. How are you, honey? Welcome through, guys. I said I do dual stream, so if you hear me talking to somebody and they're not in your chat, I promise you I'm not losing my marbles. I'm just talking to their chat. They're supposed to be like handing out, like it's like the new guidelines on TikTok, right? And I seen this. It went back and forth. Like when it comes to TikTok, hi, Angela. What's going on? I will never, ever, ever. And I said, guys, I do, I do like it when people like, do that thing. Like, you're kind of weird, bro. Look. Oh, okay, cool. I'm sorry. Like, what are you? You're kind of weird, bro. Okay, cool. I like to call it interesting. But so they're supposed to be like rolling out like these new things on TikTok, right? Like, not gonna lie, I don't care. Like, sorry, I don't know if your opinion of me should weigh more to me, but it just doesn't. So, it just doesn't. But so people were like tripping out yesterday. They're like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to play music anymore. It's not that. It's you can play music. You can't have the type of music that has commercials in it. So, hi, Lacey. Hi, Junior. Hi. Chill. Okay, I didn't realize I was mad. Like, you're really not understanding what this room is about, huh? You're kind of weird. Look. Okay, cool. Don't care. And now I need to chill. Your little sis, no offense. What does that mean? Hi, Angela. You're very beautiful. Well, thank you, guys. Like I said, welcome through. I appreciate all right, relax, sussy. Okay, I have no idea. I think salsa verde works well on burritos. Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what's crazy? I love burritos. I don't like salsa. It's like the chunks of the onions in it, like creeps me out. It's got like a weird texture to it. I'm like, ugh. Like, so I'll take mine and like dip it like in the sauce, right? But then like I won't eat with the chunks. That weird? I don't know. It might be weird. Thank you, Aries. I appreciate it. I do like it when people like my life. So like I said, people were like tripping out yesterday. That wasn't funny, bro. Okay, once again, dude, you really think your opinion weighs more in here than it really does. Like, yeah, I'm still unbothered. Like I said, maybe I'm live streaming all wrong. I can't worry about everybody's opinion. So what you think of me, I just don't care. I just don't care. I still don't care. I care probably less than I did like 5 minutes ago. So, I said I do trending topics first thing in the morning. So I said everybody was like tripping out like on TikTok yesterday. Oh God, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? Da da da. We're not gonna be able to play music. No, it's not that. Like the meta ones, like Facebook and Instagram, they don't want you to play music during it for copyright reasons, right? But like YouTube allows it, like you know what I mean, like all that stuff. Like so, it depends on what site you go to. Some allow it, some don't. And then so they were supposed to be changing it. You know what I mean? Like, hi, Lucas, what's going on? They were supposed to be changing it. But, hey, Zay, good morning, honey. And I said, guys, I am dual streaming, so if you hear me talking to somebody, I started doing YouTube, like, during, like, while they were talking about, like, hanging out with Peanut Nut right now. There you go. But so, like, I started doing YouTube kind of because, like, they were talking about all this stuff with TikTok, and then I just kind of liked it, and then I realized, like, hey, there's a whole bunch of kids on it, but there's cool people on it, too. Like, I'm gay. Oh, okay. Kind of sounds like you're lying, bro. Dude, are you going to be funny at any point in time or say anything that makes any sense, RB? Like, seriously. Like, seriously. Are you going to say anything that's actually funny or, like, makes sense? Because it hasn't happened. Like, should I just kick him out? Maybe I should just kick him out. Thank you, Z, right? I should just kick him out. I just kick him out. I'm alright. Like, he's fucking corny, man. Like, seriously corny. Wait, that didn't kick him out. It just deleted that message. Hold on. Like, okay, hide user. Is that how you do it? Is hide user on this channel? I think so. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. All right, yeah, like like the kid shit on there, it absolutely drives me nuts because I'm like, it's not funny. Like, it's not funny. You're kind of weird. Look at you. I don't care. Like every single thing that he said, I'm like, I don't care. I still don't care. Like, what do you mean? I don't care. Like, but I'm telling you, I don't care. Like, how many times do I have to say I don't care? Like, I don't care. So, there's been like I said, this has been a big week for like celebrities. Like I wouldn't want to be a celebrity this week. I'd be like checking my pulse like every 2 seconds, and you know what I mean. Like I'm just saying. So Hulk Hogan, this is like the newest one. So they had Ozzy, they had Malcolm Jamal Warner, which all of a sudden everybody remembered him. Like nobody said anything about him in like 30 years, and now all of a sudden everybody's like an 80s icon, like passed away. I'm like, he was on the Cosby Show. He was on the, but he hadn't worked since, you know what I mean? Like, how is this we lost three 80s icons in a week? Like, what? He really wasn't, I would say icon, like, I don't want to speak ill of, the people that have passed, but like an icon, yeah, you told me before, she's cute. She's cute. I've seen pictures of her. But, so yeah, Hulk Hogan was at home the other day, apparently working out in his home gym, and he had like cardiac arrest. So they said he had dinner with his friends over, like he had his friends over, and they were hanging out having dinner the night before, and he kept talking about like how he was having like it was like a shortness of breath. Hey James, what's going on? A shortness of breath in his chest, right? So that's kind of like I said, people are like like. Dude, fucking Malcolm and Jamal. I wouldn't want to be Malcolm Jamal Warner right now because you're on like the low end of the totem pole when it comes to this. But like, I mean, like, I don't know. I've never really gotten into wrestling. Like, if you like wrestling, that's cool. Like, you do you, boo. But like, I just don't care. Hey, brother, come here. We're gonna like shut up. When I was real little, there used to be a thing called Glow, right? And I used to love that. Like it was the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. We're talking like early '80s, right? And it was like so fake. Like it was so fake. The only thing I remember, it was on Saturday mornings, right? So that's what I would watch instead of cartoons. Like sad. It's something everybody's got to deal with at one point in time or another. You know what I mean? But so I can remember the one time this girl came out and she like they just like stereotyped and made characters that were just stereotypes, and it was pretty much for people to like, you know, to like. I mean, that's honestly like it will be real. It wasn't really like wrestling. It was like they were a step away from being like lingerie wrestling on Saturday mornings for kids to watch. Yeah, the outfits were really brother. Like the outfits were very, very tiny. And so there was this one time where like I can remember seeing this, being little and seeing this, that like there was an episode where the one that was the nerd, she came out in like a lab coat, right? And then the Black Widow came out and she's like, wearing her like funeral attire, like her black netting over her face, and she cast the spell on her, and then the genius went and made like this concoction and revived her partner, and like all this like really like I don't know. For me, wrestling's always been like a little too hokey, like a little too hokey. Like, and I said, but it's amazing to me that a lot of these people, like, some people are like, oh, like, listen, like I said, I was a huge Ozzy fan. I grew up going to Ozfest. I started going when I was like 15. I went until I think I had my second, I was probably like 25 at least, when they stopped doing it, like, but I went every year after that. But like, I think that it's interesting, and this is just my opinion, right? Like I said, people like to find the good in stuff when somebody passes, and I'm not taking that away from anybody, okay? I'm not speaking ill about Ozzy, nothing like that. But can I tell you something? Sure. What's up, Angela? But so they keep trying to spin this like crazy love that Sharon and Ozzy had. Like this crazy love. Okay, so like once again, I'm not talking about his music. I'm talking about strictly his relationship with his wife, right? He cheated on her for years. Like, there was never a time, even after they did the Osbournes, he got caught with his hairstylist. His one son didn't speak to him for over a year, the one that was on the Osbournes with him, right? On top of it, I don't know if y'all remember this, with the drop bears, right? So but like, okay, so then at one point in time, right? I'm the only one in the stream. Okay, cool. You talk a lot. Yes, I do, Lucas, because otherwise it gets boring if I don't. Like, watch. See? It's boring. Yeah. So that's why I talk a lot. But, so, like, but there was one point in, like, I think it was, like, the 80s or the 90s, something like that, right? Where Ozzy had his substance issues. And he said he woke up in jail one day. Right? Like, he woke up in jail one day and was like, how the fuck did I get here? What's going on? Which I'm sure happened on more than one occasion for him. And here he had actually grabbed Sharon by the and tried to, like, unalive her. The only reason he didn't stay in jail was because she decided to drop charges. At this day and time, the woman, even if she said, I don't want to press charges, I don't want to press charges, guess what? The state takes over and the woman now has no option in that. You attack somebody like that, you spend the rest of your life in jail. Regardless of whether you were coherent or not. Are we talking about me or her? Oh, I don't know. I was just talking. You said I'm the only one in the stream. I said, okay, cool. I mean, like, yeah, I'm talking about, like, Sharon Osbourne particularly right now. But so, it's just like, but so he literally, if he had done that later in life, he would have spent the rest of his lifetime in jail. So him becoming this icon wouldn't have happened. They said once upon a time, women, if they were like, oh, he was just fucked up, he didn't mean it, they've now made it so that if you call and even if it doesn't go to the woman, because that's what they were finding. There were women that were being unalived by their partner because they ended up. You really have a good memory? Oh, I totally don't. I wasn't speaking to you. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Good morning, guys. Welcome through. Tap the screen, like the live for me. But so now, like I said, if the police came out and you had told him something like that, he would have spent the rest of his life in jail. So, but at the time, women could drop the charges. Then they found that there's a lot of women that would drop the charges because they felt bad, like they had, like, kids together and whatnot. Now it's like, even if he bonds out, you get, like, there's still a restraining order put in place. Like, all right, I'm gonna exit the stream. Okay, you have a good day. But you know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is now. You know what I mean? And they found, because, like I said, a lot of the women would end up dropping the charges, and then they would end up going back to the person that was abusing them. And from what I understand, this was not the first time. It was just the first time she couldn't get him to stop. So I'm not speaking about his music. I'm not speaking about, like, whether he was an icon, whether he wasn't. I'm strictly speaking about this narrative that I get it. They were together for 41 years. I get it. They were married for 41 years. I understand that. But you got to take everything into consideration. He was still messing around with other women up until the time he got diagnosed with Parkinson's. So she didn't actually get to have him by herself, because I guarantee you it probably went on the whole time. And that was the thing. She used to go on tour with him. I don't understand why. And, like, he doesn't remember it, and I'm not excusing, like, what he did. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Like I said, that's crazy. Oh, thank you, Mike Connie. I appreciate you. But, like, that's crazy to me. Like, why? I just don't. I don't know. I have epilepsy, so I've had times where I've had, like, a medical issue, and then I'll say something and I don't remember it, and, like, but it's just, like, when I'm coming out of it, like, I'm so disoriented. It's like, so I would feel horrible if during that state. But then when somebody else, like, puts themselves, I'll drink here and there, but, like, I'm not getting to the point where I'm like just not there anymore, and looking nice. Enjoy your weekend. Oh, thank you, Stevie. I hope you have a good weekend too, guys. Welcome through. I said I am dual streaming, so that's some of this stuff that's been going on this week. I was gonna say also, Phil Collins just got put on hospice, right? So he's doing his last show. Now, if I had been really smart, right, when Ozzy did his last concert, here's what I should have done. Gone on and bought a ton of memorabilia. I heard about the concert. I was busy with other shit. I should have gone on and bought a ton of memorabilia when it was cheap, because that shit is selling on eBay like you would not believe right now. That shit, like, skyrocketed. I don't even like Phil Collins. I might go on now and just buy a whole bunch. Oh, he's on hospice. Like, I'm gonna buy some Phil Collins memorabilia and just wait. Like, I'm not saying it's a great thing to do, but I'm saying, like, listen, like, money's money. We're gonna wait this out. So Phil Collins is doing his last concert too, and I'm like, I get like the whole last concert thing that you want to say goodbye to your fans and the people like, but like I don't know. Ozzy out like we get. That's what I'm saying. Like I mean, honestly, we'll put it this way: for the last like 40 years, he could have done that anyway with him. Like they could have done, but I'm saying he was an addict who was abusive, and he was also a very violent alkie. And that's not, you know what I mean? Like I get that he had talent and that he did all this stuff. But like I said, the Osbournes, if it was like how it is today, where the state steps in and presses charges, he wouldn't have had the option of doing the Osbournes. He wouldn't have had the options of becoming like a household thing. Like I said, he had his fans. That's not, he had his fans. He had his people from Ozfest. But at the same time, he wouldn't have had as many opportunities as he had. And I'm all for like they said that his the last show that he did, it raised like 190 million. He's donating that to like Parkinson's research. Like, listen, I'm not saying be selfish and don't donate your money, but to me, if I'm leaving 190 million dollars, right, you could have donated $2 million and that would have been fine. And since you know that you're probably not going to make it much more, put it in a trust fund for your kids. So that way, I mean, his kids already don't ever have to worry about money. But I'll tell you this much: 190 million will buy a lot of shit. Like you'll have whole lineages that are able to afford their life. You know what I mean? So I was like, I mean, I'm not saying don't donate money, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like to me, like okay, cool. Like donate 10 million. 10 million can do crazy amounts for like any type of research. You know what I mean? But like I just feel like donating 190 million to a charity is kind of like, I don't know if you guys have seen this too. This has also been happening lately. And it's really sad. It's really, really sad. They found they're saying that the people of Gaza are in a level 5 famine right now, which is horrific, right? Well, the whole reason, okay, so the US donated, it was something like $100 billion to them like last year. Like it was this whole political thing. Like people are really getting into it, all that stuff. I don't know 100%. I talked to you guys after the day that no, wait, am I getting my states mixed up? Maybe I am. Is that the dude that came over and remember he wore the same shirt every day? Right? Wasn't that no, where was that? I don't know. But so like I have a lot of sympathy for people that are going through stuff like that. But we also have a lot of famine here. And we have a lot of people that are hungry here. And I'm not saying we shouldn't help other places in the world, because we would hope that they would help us too. But like, I mean, like like, I'm not saying don't help. I'm not saying don't, but like, is that who the guy was, the president that came over? It wasn't the president of Gaza. I'm like double thinking myself. It was God, see, I'm having a brain fart right now. The one that just met with Trump like a couple months ago. And here, while he was here, he wore the same outfit every single day, right? And it was a total political mood. He spun a narrative that said that he had donated all his money to the suffering of his country. So he had sold all his stuff. He had gotten rid of everything. And here, he just bought like 12 days worth of the same outfit. So that way, it was totally a political move. He squandered. So he had gone around to like all these different countries in Europe trying to get support to continue this war that he had going on over there. Meanwhile, his wife, while he was here meeting with our president, his wife went out and bought like $100 million Lamborghini. Like, what the fuck? Like, she was out shopping, buying purses, like all this shit. So is it just that she has all this money and you don't? Like, come on. That was totally like a political move. Like, I was like, that's weird. Like, and then they were like, it was giving, that was their story. This shirt was given to him by a small child whose father had been unalived in the war. And it's got our symbol on it that's for our military. I seen right through that shit. Like, I was like, really? You're getting, and they actually said something to him. Who was it the president of? Oh my God. That's going to drive me nuts now. Hold on. like he came over and he was trying to get support from Trump, and we'd already given like tons and tons of support to him, and he wanted to continue this war. It wasn't Gaza, I forget where it is, but yeah, they're like in a level 5 famine. Like it's really really bad, and I'm like, and it's not like I said, I do feel bad for it. I do think that we should be helping on some level, but at the same time, I do think that we need to kind of keep our resources a little bit more closer, because there are a lot of countries that come running to us and say, well, we need you to fund us. And the thing is, we're not holding together very well over here. Like, you know what I mean? Like things are more expensive than they've ever been in this country. Our homeless population is the highest it's been since the Great Depression. Like we have not the level of famine that they have, but like I said, it's a lot. Yeah, it was the president of Ukraine, right? That's what it was. It wasn't Gaza. I'm like, so I'm getting my wars all mixed up and stuff. But it's like we just can't be expected to fund everything. That's all I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like find, but that's the thing is like with the Ukraine, like we assume that we gave them all this money, they would have all this shit, right? No, their president took most of that. Their president took most of that and then spun a different narrative to try to show that he's like this pauper. You know, yes, he runs the country, but he barely makes anything. And then his wife went on a shopping spree while he was in the U.S. So you never really know. Just because we give a country money, that does not mean that they're going to use it for what they're going to say. Like, I'll get people that message me, like on TikTok or YouTube, Instagram, like wherever, right? And they're like, please, 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 I need help. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what you want me to tell you, right? Or you'll get, like, there's a lot of people that will walk up to you in person, hey, 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 do you have $1? Nope, sure don't. Like I don't even feel like bad. Like I straight up like I don't feel bad because there's a lot of people that will just take from other people. I have no idea what that means, Jim. But so like there's a lot of people that will take from other people just to, and but then the thing is, in the 1930s when people would ask for money for food, they would actually spend it on food. People are asking for money for food and then just going out and buying substances. And it's like, so you don't know. You don't know if that dollar that you gave that person is going to be the last dollar, that final dollar that they need to get that hot bunch. You know what I'm saying? Like you have no idea. So it's like I don't give people money anymore. I don't give people spare change. I don't nothing. Like I will go in and buy somebody some food. Like, hey, I've had times before where I'm like, oh, you're hungry? Do you want me to go grab you a sandwich? And they'll look at me and go, no. And I'm like, what? Your sign says you're hungry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I will gladly. People that are hungry, if you offer something, they are going to take it. Somebody that just wants money, just wants money. I said my ex-husband, he was at the gas station one night and he was talking to me about it. Because he said he felt bad, right? Like he stopped at like Wawa's our big local convenience store. It's like our 7-Eleven type thing or like our Sheets, whatever. And every time I think I've ever been up there in like the last 10 years, I've had somebody try to get money out of me. And I'm like, no. So he was at the gas pump the one night and he's pumping gas and this woman walks up to him and she goes, sir, do you have just a couple dollars? I ran out of gas and I have my 3 kids in the car. And he looked and he's like, okay, she has 3 kids in the car, right? She's like, do you have some money so I can put some gas in my car? I just need enough to get home. So he thought he was doing a nice thing, right? He's like, okay, so he pulled out a 20 and gave her a 20, right? He said he drove by like an hour later and the lady was still out there walking up to people like trying to get money. And I'm like people, like they hustle. Like that's what they do. They hustle. Like the other day, I was just going home from work. It's Friday. Wow, right. It's finally here. I said it is. I look forward to the days I can go and practice pool, right? But like tonight, like I said, we're in excessive heat warning. It's supposed to be like, oh my God, the humidity and everything here. It's supposed to be like 120 degrees today. So, yeah. So, I have to work a little bit, but I'm not going to go out and shoot pool. Like, I'm like, no, I'm good on all that. Like, I really don't feel like going out and sweating my tuchus off. Like, I play Sunday and I'll probably play Saturday. So, I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. It's fine. Like, 120 degrees. Oh, God. Like, fucking killing me. And then I said it was funny because I went down to Florida a few years ago, and that was like the big thing. Like everybody was like, "So what do you think of this humidity?" And I'm like, I said I couldn't get any closer to the ocean. And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" They're like, "Well, it's how bad is it?" Like all proud of their humidity and shit. And I'm like, "Is this like this is all you got?" Oh. Oh, like I'm between many bodies of water. And I'm like right on like I said, I'm up in Delaware, so I got water above me, water below me, water on this side, water on the other side. Like it's there's water. Like that's we are barely holding on by a thread in Delaware. We got like a little spot. We're like a little tiny Florida, a little tiny peninsula, and let me tell you what, like it is no joke here. Like the other day, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna straighten my hair because it's been like just a giant poof like this last week or so. It's been an absolute giant poof. So it's like I'm gonna straighten my hair. I went and looked. It was like 20 minutes later. It was all curly. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I don't know that I would mind the heat if it was like the dry heat like that they get in Arizona or wherever. But like, this is no. This is no like God, this humidity shit. I'm like over it. I'm over it. Wish I was there. It's -2 degrees Celsius here. I was gonna say, where are you at, Wayne? Yeah, I'm in the U.S. I'm by like I'm underneath New Jersey, like, but it's like right on the edge of it. And man, I'll tell you what, like it is. This is the worst time of year around here. August, like late July, late August, worst. Like worst. It's my birthday. I grew up going to Ozfest, all that stuff. I had many a birthday. My 21st birthday, I actually had at Ozfest. It happened to be on my birthday. And I think I only had one beer that day. I had one beer just because, like, yo, I was like, I can't drink today. It's way too fucking hot here. You know what I mean? But how many people can say, oh, okay, all right, gotcha. Yeah, it's like, it's bad here today. It's bad. So the ALEXA keeps popping on and being like, so, I'm like, okay. Yeah. So I think that the new, because like I said, everybody's been like tripping out like about the whole TikTok guidelines thing. Like they've been like tripping out. DJs are like making their announcement that they're leaving the app. I try really hard. Anytime they come up with something new for TikTok, right? I try to not panic. Like a lot of people seem like they panic. Oh well, I'm gonna go somewhere else, so I can't play my music. And I'm like, I read it as more like that you couldn't play music if it had commercials in it, which YouTube does as well. Like, what's my plans for tonight? Tonight I'm staying. Like I said, we're supposed to. Our heat here is about 120 degrees, so it's gonna be. And then I said with all the flooding that's been happening lately. Oh my God, like it's even worse. Like my allergies for like 4 days now. My poor dog, I've had to like give him medicine because like his allergies are acting up. Mine are acting up. Like it's bad. Like I said, like the bugs are all stirred up here. So I'm like battling everything. Like I normally don't get like ants or anything like that in my house. Like I don't know, I keep my house pretty clean. Like I know that stuff can still happen, but you know, I keep my house pretty clean. Like, you know. But I said there's a lot of farmland around me. So now all of a sudden this year, I'm like the ants are driving me insane. But like I said, everything's all stirred up. So everything's all on the move. Did you guys see about Yellowstone the other day? There's a viral video going around of a guy who, this made me think of it, right? His backyard, now Hulk Hogan, yeah, I was going to say I mean, it is what it is. Everybody was like in their 70s, so it's like, I mean, I'm like, oh God, Margarita, good morning. I don't have long before I'm in my 70s, y'all. I gotta make good use of the rest of the time that I have. If I can make it to be that age, I'll be cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? My mom was like 72, and like, I don't know. It's like I get mad because like my sisters had her until they were like in their 40s. I only had her till like I was in my 20s. Like that, I would have loved it. I would have loved it if I got to live pretty much my whole life around her. Yeah, old age. Yeah, I just turned 45 the other day. I'm actually pretty okay with it. Like I'm like, whatever, okay. Like you can't, like, I see a lot of 21-year-olds now, and it cracks me up because I'm like, I wonder how am I feeling today. I'm good. I said my allergies, everything. Like I feel like I have concrete in my face, but then also like a Pepsi, but not a Pepsi problem because my nose keeps running. So I feel like I have You get what I'm saying? Shit, that listen, we don't want to get banned. Like I feel like that's not what it is. But you guys see? It said Astrovita, happy belated birthday. Thank you, Hottie. Did you guys see Astrovita? She did this thing right. She got punched the other night in the face, and if you haven't seen the video, it's a riot. Technically, she can't sue that girl because she did tell the girl to pull up on her. Like if you tell somebody to pull up, then you can't be surprised when they do. That's my thought on that one. Like, if you tell people, like Francisco Rodriguez, hi Francisco, how are you, hon? But so I mean that's how that goes. If you tell somebody to pull up on you, and they do, then technically it's considered something like instigating a fight. So if you're the one that instigates the fight, and somebody comes over and does something, technically you really can't sue them. Patty, good morning, honey, guys, welcome through. The faster life goes by, it's scary. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the older I get, I've always like worked a lot. Like I've always been like just kind of like go 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 go. I get really into something when I'm like really into it. I did so bad at pool this week, guys. Sometimes I said last session was my first session, right? I played 11 games, right? I won 5. Kind of made me feel better because I went out the other night. Hi, Marcus. What's going on? Kind of made me feel better because I went out and I talked to one of the guys on my team the other night because everybody, like, I'm like a level 1, right? I went up to a level 2, then went back down to a level 1. Everybody else is like a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8. Like, I mean, it's crazy, right? So normally when I play, I'll end up playing somebody that's like a level 3. Sometimes I'll find like a level 2. You know what I mean? So I was talking to one of the guys on my team the other night. He's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "When I first started on here, he's like, I didn't win a game for like 4 months." He's like, just straight up. He was like, I almost didn't do it just because 4 months I just could not. He's like, I could make balls, but then you put me against other people and I just couldn't make balls. I'm like, all right, that makes me feel a little better. I said, I wish I could show you guys like when I do those nights, but I don't want to make people uncomfortable. I Dodge. Good morning. I don't want to make people uncomfortable. Like, why does this bitch have her live stream up? Like, what is she doing? Like, she's being weird. She's trying to share things with her friends. Like, But so the other night, it was pretty rough. That's been my worst score. I think I got 5 points in the game. I only needed 14 to win. Couldn't get my shit together enough to just get 14 fucking points. She needed like 25. She got the 25 first because she's a much better than. So I look forward to the days I can go out and practice. Like I said, the guy that owns the amateur league actually does my Sunday leagues with me. So I'm going to make him like play with me this week. Like, no, Justine, help me. Help me. Help me. And then one of the other guys on my Sunday team that just started, he's one of the coaches on the league. So I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to make this better. You remind me so much of my sister. Oh, I was going to say your sister sounds awesome already, Wayne. So, I told you guys once upon a time, right? I used to do, I'm like, okay, I got to remember to go over to my topics today. So, okay, I was saying about that viral video. That there's a video going around of a guy whose backyard backs up to Yellowstone Park, right? And so he kept saying he was feeling like this weird vibration, like that. He's like, what the fuck? So somebody like on his stream told him like, hey, go put a bottle of water outside because we want to see if it actually works, right? Like if there's actually, he puts a bottle of water outside on the ground. You can look it up on TikTok, and it's like this, like you can see it like jumping. And so people were thinking maybe it was like the ripples because like this last week in California, it was pretty rough. They had like a 4.0. I've been talking about how like they're in like the red zone for like earthquakes. I'm like, oh, new fear unlocked. Like, oh my God, I can't imagine. Like, all I picture is like that one, they had one in the 80s that was like the big one, and seeing like the bridge, right? That old video where the bridge and there's a car dropping and it just goes, poof, falls right out of it. Like the whole piece of the bridge just gone. Like if we get an earthquake in Delaware, we're fucked. There was a guy that was going out and doing, not landscaping, but going out like, yeah, that's what they've been saying. That's what they're saying. It's like right now they're in like a red zone for earthquakes. So people are saying, okay, well, it's probably the earthquakes reverberating up to Yellowstone, right? Like, I mean, that's a pretty far way to, listen, the West Coast does not sound like a good place to me. Like it just doesn't. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. Like, so they have fires that literally, I said when they had that big fire, last year, or what was it, a couple years ago, Mama Cass was all the way up in Washington State taking walks and showing me the smoke in the sky because it got that close to her. And she's up in fucking Washington State. You know what I mean? Like, live by the Bay Area. It was so bad. I know, like, feeling vibrations. It's weird. Well, then I seen this other video, right? I think that this is kind of because I remember the fact that the dude said, my backyard, it pretty much backs up the Yellowstone. So that was, people were like, oh, well, he didn't really show his surroundings, so it must not be true. But it's, what other reason would there be for putting a bottle of water on the ground and seeing the bottle? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it looks like, not like Jurassic Park, it's like jumping around, right? So people are thinking it's like ripples from the quakes and whatnot. This last week, we've had one. And it was like nothing. I was literally standing in a grocery store and I thought somebody I thought somebody was drinking and ran into the front of the grocery store. Like, I was like, oh. Like, two things like fell off like they cracked the Washington Monument. So now you can't go up in it. That big old wiener looking one. You can't go up into it anymore. You used to be able to go up to the top of it. You can't now because it's got a crack on it. That's the only time we ever had an earthquake. That's the only time. We don't even get like aftershocks. Like, we don't, nothing. Like, we don't get any type of earthquake here. Like I said, at one time, and I was just like, oh, something fall? What happened? Oh, that was weird. Like, I literally didn't know what was going on. And then, like, later on the news, I saw that it was, like, down in North Carolina, so we got, like, the outward effects of it. But DARPA testing some secret scary stuff. Well, I was going to say, they had, like, this last week, they're talking about this tsunami. They're talking about that's coming down from Alaska because Alaska had a massive, like, earthquake. Like, it's all this stuff, right? So then there have been people that were visiting Yellowstone National Park, like, recently this last week, right? And they're videoing, they're like in their cars, and there's if you ever see a mass exodus of animals that will normally be in a place, you should probably leave too. Just saying, if you ever see animals leave where they typically can find food, typically can find drink, their comfort zone, if you see them, so there is literally predators, prey, they're all running out of Yellowstone National Park. Like, there's, like I said, this is like videos. It's not videos that I've just seen like online. It's videos that are like kind of circulating, whatnot. So people are like sitting in their cars, like, what the fuck? There's like shit running by them, like bears, like there's birds and shit. Like, everything's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, yeah, I'd be leaving too. Like, that would definitely trip me out. I'd be like, the fuck is going on? The fuck? Normally, the only time there would be a mass exodus like that would be either there would have to be like a dinosaur loose or something for all the prey and the predators to be running together, just like booking it, like, get the fuck out. Like, I mean, that's probably not a good sign. Like, that's probably really not. But so people also said, well, they had an earthquake, they're probably reacting to the vibrations from the earthquake. Like, but then they're talking about the tsunami. Like, isn't Yellowstone massive volcano there? I think it's got like an inactive one underneath of it, doesn't it? So, I mean, this is definitely, like, this is some weird shit, man. Like, this is some weird shit. Like, so we will see what happens. We will see what happens. So, I was talking about Sharon, and, like, like I said, Ozzy passed away this week. That was, like, a big thing. Sharon Osbourne and Kelly broke their silence and kind of came out and said something. I felt bad because there was a video that Kelly put out. They were talking about how Sharon and Ozzy had this pact and we're going to go to Switzerland and all this shit. And she made like this video where she was like, it was literally last week on Instagram, right? Maybe it's going active. I don't know. I was going to say, could an earthquake possibly? I live, like, listen, Centralia. I don't know if you guys know. Do you guys know about Centralia? Is this something that we're familiar with? Because I'll fill you up, right? Like, I'll fill you up on this. Centralia is a place, if you've ever seen the movie Silent Hill, Centralia is the place that it's built on. Like, that's Kamala voter, no voter detected. Yeah, no voter. I've literally never voted ever. I'm good on all that. Like, and so, the movie Silent Hill, this place, it started like, sits on a lake of molten lava. That's what I said, but it's like, it's inactive, right? Like, they're not expecting it to, like, right? I don't know. There's something happening where these animals are just booking it the fuck out of there. They are getting away from their natural source of food. They're getting away from their natural source of water. They're getting away from their natural, like, normally in Yellowstone Park, they live very happily. They are getting the fuck away from there. So me as a human, guess what? To me, I'd be like, oh, that's probably not good. Why don't we go, let's get an Airbnb. We'll go, like, we'll stop back in Colorado. Like that would trip me out too bad. I don't know if I could hang with that. You know what I mean? So Centralia is this place. Like I said, it's up in Pennsylvania, right? And it was a big coal mining town in like the 1950s, and they ended up that I think they said it was from like a lantern, right? They dropped the lantern inside the coal mine and it started a fire that, unalived everybody. But then it literally has been sitting underneath the ground. It's too hot. They cannot put this out. They cannot put this fire out. Like it will never stop burning, right? Well, then what happens because it's burning underground? Like think of an ant trap. Like that's pretty much what it is. So people came to the people of Centralia, right? And there's still something like 60 people that live there. Like what the fuck? Why are you still living there? There's toxic gases being released in the air, right? There's sinkholes that pop up out of nowhere. But on top of it now, there's like nobody there. There's nobody there. So their highway, like the highway that's leading, they used to call it graffiti highway because all these people would go, like all these kids would go at night and graffiti on it. It's melted. So now you gotta like get what, like a pair of hiking boots to be able to bring your groceries home? Like how, like I don't understand how there's still people that live there. Like they evacuated everybody out of it. They can't force people to leave. They can't make you leave. Like if you're like, no, I'm just gonna stay even though you've advised me against it. They can't make you. Like they can't make you leave if it's your property. Like they can't make you. But I'm like, I don't know like why people would choose to stay. Like why would you stay? Why would you stay to live in Centralia? So, we have small, but it's gold mines that collapse. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I was gonna say we get earthquakes, but it's more out on like the west coast. Like my coast, we get floods. Floods seem to be the thing that we love. Floods and blizzards. I can't tell you how many blizzards I've been through in my lifetime. I remember when I was like 4 or 5, it was a massive blizzard. Oh, it was a massive blizzard. And it was like, oh my God, it was absolutely wild, right? Like we had to dig our way out because you couldn't it was the craziest thing. We don't get snow like that here anymore, but this was around Christmas time. I remember my mom was all upset because everybody couldn't come over for Christmas morning breakfast, but like it was more snow than I think I've ever seen in my life. Like it was just like you'd open the front door of the house and they had a porch and it was just snow. Like the whole front of it was just snow. So my dad had to get there and like dig us out just so we could get to the cars and shit. Like, and then the snow plows, it was so deep the snow plows couldn't do anything about it. So like nobody was able to get out of their houses. And I said it was about 2 weeks, I think. Like they had to wait for some of it to melt in order to get people out of their houses. Like it was pretty crazy. So it's like I said that's the worst thing that we really have to worry about here is like our winters and our water. Like water either way is pretty much our biggest concern. So, and I said I do have a friend that like her parents lived like they had to rebuild their house. Like they bought this house that was across the street from a creek and it was like really really pretty, but they had to rebuild their house like 5 times because it keeps flooding. There's a big creek up in Pennsylvania and it just goes right through the middle of Delaware. So there was one time like a dam broke and like they had like a massive flood. Like I mean it just depends on where you really go. So up in New Jersey right now, New Jersey's really getting hit with the floods a lot. Like a lot. So and it's a lot of it is the water coming down from New York. Like I said, New York is having troubles too because a lot of like they can't drain. They don't have proper drainage systems. So things will find a way out. Blizzards, tornadoes, hurricanes, and all America seems like a scary place. No, like I said, each place has their own little kind of stick. It's like any other country. Like every place has their own little scary thing. Like I said, we don't get earthquakes on my side. But like the West Coast, they get fires, they get earthquakes. Over here, our issues more with water. Down south, like in say like in the middle of the U.S., because the U.S. is a pretty big place. Like the middle of the U.S., it gets tornadoes. Like we don't really get tornadoes here. You know what I mean? Like we do have all of them, but they're just not all in the same places. I was gonna say, Florida has a season that's dedicated towards their hurricanes. I don't know I would ever get used to that. Like, I don't know that I would ever get used to that. Hurricane season. Like, what? Like, we get hurricanes up here, too, like, a little bit. But like I said, most of the time here, it's either flooding or blizzards. That's, like, our natural disasters. So I'm like, I mean, gotta kind of like pick what you're willing to, their corrupt government, right? That's enough of a disaster. Well, we got that too here, Wayne. Like, damn, we got that one too. Shit. Let's say, I think every country has that. I used to, once upon a time, like when I was in my 20s, I did tattoo promotional modeling, right? And I would do I would go out to a lot of conventions and take pictures with people, and it was very cool. It was like kind of like being a rock star. Like we'd do like a lot of pinup stuff, and like go and take pictures and do like, I mean, we did all sorts of stuff. We did car shows, bike shows, tattoo conventions, like anything that like we did a lot of music shows. We did like CD release parties. We did a lot of stuff. Like we did charity work. We did we did a lot of stuff. So there's always going to be like Tattoo Kingpin is normally like the biggest one that dominates all like the tattoo conventions. At least it used to be. I don't know. I've been to so many tattoo conventions in my life that I'm like, like they're not gonna show me anything I haven't seen before. Like I said, I've seen suspension. I've seen every sideshow act that anybody could ever do. I've seen magic acts. I've seen like any type of sideshow attraction. Like I feel like I've seen so much in my lifetime. I'm just like bored. I'm like, oh, she's gonna swallow the sword. Okay. Uh-huh. No, no, no. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. No, no, no. Go ahead. No, I'm not. No, I'm not bored. I gotta check my phone real quick. So, there is this other one. I said my allergies are fucking killing me today, y'all. Like this, and I said everything, like all the bugs and everything, are all stirred up because of all the flood. So it's just, I can hear it in my voice. I can feel it in my face. Like, not feeling overly great today. But so, there's this one, and it's called Ink the Bay, right? I don't know specifically what state it is, because I said I really don't keep up with the tattoo conventions like I used to. You know what I mean? Like I really don't keep up with it like that. And they've gotten like a really bad rep, right? They got like a really, really bad rep, and I don't know if I don't think it's tattoo, because like there's certain people that do like tattoo conventions, so it might be like a subsidiary of like Tattoo Kingpin. I don't know. Like they run this part of the Tattoo Kingpins who does it, but then this part of the country is done by this person. It's like that. Like I don't know. I don't 100% know. I don't think it's all them putting them together. I can tell you this much: the dude that used to run them, he was awesome, but he was. But you gotta be. That's the thing, is you gotta be a dick sometimes. Like you can't make everybody happy, right? Like that's something I learned from doing shows many, many years ago. Like you cannot make everybody happy. You can try, but trying it just you're still going to get people that are mad at you and like, damn, I wasn't even trying to do nothing. Fuck, I wasn't even trying to piss somebody off, and I still managed to. Okay. And so they're getting like a really bad rep, and I said this thing is called Ink the Bay, right? They literally had all these artists, right, on the way. These artists were on their planes, because when people do tattoo conventions, a lot of times tattoo shops, they don't really have, say, like a ton of walk-in business. You know what I mean? Like they'll get some, of course. Like depends on like what artists are up there too. But so they will go and they will book these tattoo conventions, because it's people that are tattoo. You're taking your business right to the people that like that type of business. So it's you know what I mean? It's like if they have like a bridal convention, you know what I mean? Everybody's there trying to sell people their cake. They're probably going to get some business out of being there and selling people some cake. You know what I mean? Like that's same principle, just different scenario, right? Just different product as well. And so they had all these artists booked, right? They had paid their deposits, paid everything. The hall was like the convention center was rented for that day. They had all these people, sold all these tickets. Like people are literally on their way to this convention, right? That they paid. So they've paid all of this money to go to this convention or be part of this convention. They're on the plane and they find out that the fucking convention got canceled. To eat, be safe. Oh, I will, honey. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by, dear. But yeah, like they just canceled. I don't think that they gave them. I might have seen it somewhere, but I don't think they gave them a reason why. They just kind of like hit everybody up and was like, okay, so like kind of like, you guys don't need to still come. And people are like, what the fuck do you mean? We're literally 5 hours away. Like, what the fuck? I gear. Oh my god, that there's gonna like you do some shit like that. Like even if it was something stupid like, oh, we didn't sell enough tickets. You know what? People were still on their way. You should have gone on with the show as planned. That's all I'm saying. Should have gone on with the show as planned. Anybody coming through is better than, are you okay, sweetheart? Yeah, I'm good, Damon. I'm hanging in there. It's another little day on the internet. How are you, honey? Uh, I said, I apologize. I'm so snotty and mucusy today, and I know it makes me super sexy. Like, you're welcome. I know, you're welcome. Let's see. So, I don't want to say her name because I said I actually really like this girl, right? Like, she was somebody that I knew on Meet Me. Um, I feel bad because she's been getting like, I don't know. Like I said, I follow like a lot of like the tea pages and whatnot, and like I said, I know her from Meet Me, and she's getting a really bad rep for being like a scammer. And so I've been seeing that a lot lately, a lot in my newsfeed. And like I said, I've always liked her. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want to do that to her, but this was just something that I seen on like kind of TikTok news. Where's my powder? There's my powder. Okay. So far, I was gonna say. So we were talking the other day about Ash Trevino getting like popped, right? And now she's online, right? And she's telling people that she's going to get a lawyer. She's gonna sue that chick. She's gonna sue that 20-year-old. Like, how weird is it? Like that Ash Trevino looks like Yolanda Saldivar, and that the chick that punched her looks just like Selena. Like, go look at those pictures. If you don't see it, then like. But that's what happened. This chick, I don't think that she knew her. I think it was just somebody that you just can't do that. You can't tell people like, oh, pull up, pull up, pull up, because there's a lot of people that will. So if you want to be Billy Badass, maybe you should not drink while you're online. It's just a thought. Just a thought. Simply a thought. Like, I was going to say, Margarita, you've been around for a while. So you've been around for a while. Have you guys ever heard me tell anybody, like, well, why don't you pull up on me? You guys would be like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, are you okay? No, I'm going through a lot. Okay, well, okay. You good? You know what I mean? Like, I would feel like such an asshole. Yeah, just wouldn't do it. Like, I just wouldn't do it. Don't come here, man. Don't come here. Don't come here. I'm trying to tell you, like, just stay the fuck home. I'll save you some gas. Like, no, don't come here. But she does that. She gets online and she's like one of those people that's a prime example of getting behind your screen and then you ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. You're just jealous. Like, bitch, listen, you live in your car. Nobody's jealous of you. You don't have custody of any of your kids. Nobody's jealous of you. You're broke. Like, nobody's jealous of you. Like, what do they have? What do you have to be jealous of? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we'll be real. Like, but I said, or it's like somebody that uses, like, I can be, like, I definitely have times, like, if I'm pissed, I'll like, it's coming out my mouth. You've seen that too, I'm sure. Like, because I said, like, there was a lot of times where Teddy, where, me, I'm like, I don't want to have shit in my stream. I just want to come and have laughs. And, like, and he didn't give a fuck who was around. If he wanted to fight, he was going to start a fight with me regardless of who was around. And so there were a lot of times I was like, you know what? Fuck you. And I, like, turned my stream off and I would just shut my phone off, like, just walk away from it. And, like, I had times where I screamed my bloody head off at him. Like, I'm not somebody that enjoys fighting with people. Yeah, but I'm also not going to let somebody be an asshole to me. Like, if you're going to be an asshole to me, I'll do it right back. But as long as you're cool with me, I'm like I said, I'm a pretty chill person. Like, but I'm not going to let anybody, like, that's not my thing. Like, that's not my thing. I'm not going to let anybody, like, tell me what I need. Like, nah, it's just not my thing. So I said, I can get feisty here and there, but that's like, I would never invite a stranger to my house and tell them to pull up. Stop. If I'm going to do something, I promise you this much, you're not going to hear me announcing it online before I do it. Because that's just being stupid. That's just being stupid. Like, you're sitting there, oh, pull up, and then you want to cry when somebody does. Like, that don't make you look like Billy Badass. Like, and so she got hit, and literally the same day, she was like, this girl's just jealous. I seen the girl that did it. I mean, like I said, she looked like Selena. She's a gorgeous girl. She's like 20 years old. You really think that girl popped you in the mouth because she's jealous of you? Like, really? Like, some people, they really get into their own little worlds. Like, this Like some people, it really goes to their head, and then you're like, the word I cannot stand is when people say clout. People overuse that word like a motherfucker on live streams. Like they're only fighting with me because they want clout. Who is it that you think that you are? That people are so impressed with you that they want to use you to get clout. Like, what? Like, what? Like, dude, you're a live streamer. You're not fucking, the president. Like, she's just using me for clout. Like, what? No, maybe she just doesn't like the fact that you're an asshole. How about that? Like, so this chick, they asked her, they were like, so why'd you hit her? And she was like, she told me to pull up on her. She was like, so I seen her out and I did. Technically, in the state of Texas, you can do that. If somebody is considered a verbal assault, a verbal threat, when you tell somebody come fight me, and then they do. So I don't know how she thinks she's gonna sue this girl. She like her lip was all busted. Like you seen her, like you seen the fist go and it popped, like, and you just see her fly back. She's like, I fell off of somebody's foot. Somebody standing behind me. I tripped on their foot. Girl, come on. Like she'll take pictures on Snapchat and then she shows them on her stream. She's like, this body is tea. Look at this, and like some days I just don't understand how people can watch it. I'm like, my head would like literally implode trying to hear that. She's just doing that for clout. Oh gosh. Well, guess what? You just got your ass beat in person, right? So guess what that means? Everybody that you've ever told, and then when they see this girl is going to get away with this, everybody that you've ever told online, hey, why don't you pull up? You're not going to do anything. Guess what they're going to do now? Consider it fucking open season, especially when they see how much attention this girl is getting off of this. I would not want to be her right now. Like, I would not want to be Ash Trevino right now. That's all I'm saying. I would not want to be Ash Trevino right now. Because, like I said, if people are really going to use you for clout, cool, okay. Guess what they're going to do now to get clout off of you? Like, stop saying clout. Like, nobody's using any, like, nobody gives a shit. Like, nobody gives a shit. And she's just using them. And, like, you'll have people that, like, good morning, Blue Skies. How are you, honey? You'll have people that you're like, dude, who are you? And they're like, you're just using me for clout. And you're like, what? What? For what? Like, I'm 45 years old. I don't give a fuck if I got clout or not. Like, like every live stream I go to, oh, she's just trying to get clout. No, people are allowed to not like each other. That's okay. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's forced to like anybody. Like, if you don't like somebody, you just move along. If somebody pisses you off and you know what I mean? There's a lot of people in the world, like the people that I care about. But, like, somebody that just comes through, like the trolls or whatnot, if they're like, you're ugly, I don't care. Don't look. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm not making, just because I'm live does not mean that I'm making you look. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could just, like, it takes, like, a 0.2 second to have a flip of the wrist and just scroll to the next live. Like, it takes longer to type this shit to people than it does to just go to the next stream if you don't like it. Why is it frozen? Hold on, my TikTok's frozen. It wants me to verify, and it's, like, frozen. Okay, there we go. So a 20-year-old for all the money. That's what I mean. How are you going to afford to hire a lawyer? You're living in your car. How are you going to afford to hire a lawyer? She probably has somebody. I was going to say that girl, Gabby Jacobson. She's real big on TikTok, too. She went to court, and, like, they recorded it, and, like, they ended up, they put a GFM up, right? And they got the money together to hire a lawyer, the people that were going against her. And that lawyer destroyed her. I guarantee you, if Asherina puts up like a GFM to get like a lawyer, nobody's gonna donate to that shit. That girl could probably set up a GFM right now to get bail money, and I guarantee you she would hit whatever goal. Like, because people really don't like Trevino. Like, they don't like her, and everybody's been sitting back, kind of waiting for the day when she gets like popped in the mouth, and then she's still online running her damn mouth. Like, you have no hands to back up what you're saying. So if you are not going to do anything, then shut the fuck up. Stop acting like you're Billy Badass, because everybody knows that you're not. Like, you know what I'm saying? I said I'm only 5'1". I don't think I'm Billy Badass. I got little muscles on my arms, and that's about it. But like I said, I do have a temper on me. If somebody, I'm gonna defend myself. Like you better believe I'm short. I know how to like, I'll karate chop you right in the throat. I don't even care. Kick your knee. I don't care. Bite a kneecap. Like I don't care. Like I will do what I need to do to survive. But she's never tried to come back at anybody that's attacked her. Like she'll just kind of stand back and be like, I can't believe she's good at that. She just wants clout. Pip, what's going on, baby? How are you? Good morning, darling. But so they started the new TikTok guidelines, and I said I really don't notice much difference so far. So everybody's been tripping over pretty much nothing. I don't know. Lisa Richards took a couple days off. Like, gosh, it makes your eye color pop. That's awesome. I need as much eye color pop as I can because look at how red they are today. Like they hurt. They hurt. I said this whole last week I've only had my contacts in one day. Every other day they'll probably end up like folding at some point and then going back in their case, and then I'll be back to glasses probably later on. Like my allergies are so bad. This is probably like the worst year of allergies I think I've ever been through. Like, but it's because of all the floods. And I said we're supposed to be having more rain. So New Jersey, New York, Delaware, like Pennsylvania, like we're gonna have more flooding. Like it just, that's what it is. Like I said, it's what it is. It's the worst of the worst for us is like flooding. And like the fact that we're like we really, like I said, we get hurricanes here, but they're not like as bad as they get down in Florida. But we also don't have like the Gulf of Mexico right next to us. Wait, the Gulf of America. I fixed it. Delaware took all the Texas rain. Hi, Corbin. What's going on? Guys, welcome through. If you're new, you're more than welcome. Come and chit-chat with me. Like my live. I love it when people do. I am dual streaming, so if you hear me talking to somebody and they're not in your chat, I promise you I'm not losing my marbles. It's just the other chat. So that's how this morning works. Let's say we need to cat eye this. Yeah. It needs to be more fabulous. See, that makes it more fabulous when you get the little fishtail going on. We see, fabulous, not fabulous, not. See, so that's how you make it work. Like, see, now you guys are all aware of how that's done. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I was gonna say I actually thought this one was pretty sad. Like people are saying, "Oh, Ozzy gave up" and all this stuff. Do you know that they actually spent over 2 hours trying to revive Ozzy? Looks like your leg is on backwards. No, it's just here. Yeah, it's just here. But yeah, like they spent like 2 hours trying to revive him. Like I was like, damn. So I don't know if like I like I said, I just think the timing of it is very, very odd. So now Phil Collins has his last concert. I'm like, is this like everybody's way of like having like their own wake while they're still alive? Like Phil Collins just got put on like hospice, you know what I mean? But like I said, a lot of these people, like, yo, how the hell Keith Richards is still alive? He's still alive. How? Like, you look at Hulk Hogan, like, yes, he passed away recently. But this dude lived through, like, if you were in wrestling in the 80s, you were on roids. Like, that's all there was. Like, you were on substances. Like, that's how it was. Like, you might be big and jacked, but guess what? Like, you were on something. So they lived through all that shit, lived through all the other shit, but then it's like when they're in their 70s. You know what I mean? Like, but that's still like a good life. Like, that's a good long life. They're actually expecting the life expectancy of people as we develop. Yeah, but they're expecting that people that okay, good morning, honey. But they're expecting that our life expectancy is going to keep growing just because of medical advances. Like once upon a time, like the bubonic plague was like a thing. With tuberculosis, it's still a thing in other countries, but like we don't really get much because of the development of vaccines. So they're hoping that eventually, like, through cancer treatment, through all sorts of stuff, things that weren't available in the 1800s. In the 1400s, it was something like you were allowed to, I don't know, most people made it till around 14 years old. I think that the Prince of Egypt was like 18. I think that's when he passed away. Like the big one, what was his name? King Tut? Yeah, he was like 13 when 18 when he passed away, but 13 like when he took like the crown. Like, that's crazy. Like, that is absolutely wild to me. But that was the life expectancy then. Now people can, like, make it to, like, their 70s, 80s. I said Joe's grandfather's 95 years old. Like, what? I think the oldest human that we've ever had was, like, 114 years old. and that's been officially confirmed. And like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, that's just that, but that's, they're going to continue to keep putting years on as they keep continuing to develop like medical vaccines, medical treatments, but all sorts of stuff. Like once upon a time, like 95, yeah, and he's still getting around good. Like he's still getting around good. Like he worked, he works, and I think that that's a big part of what keeps people going. And it's like their purpose. They say that most people, like, they'll either pass away. If you have a spouse, right, that you were with for years, you are most like, hey guys, good morning. You are more likely to pass away 6 months after your spouse does, because you don't have something to keep you going. All right. So they ended up that they had like, so there's that. Like if somebody truly, they're normally within, your boyfriend's grandma is 100. Oh my god, like that's crazy. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I think my grandmother passed away when she was like I think 82. So my grandmother was born in 1908, and she, like, it was horrible. She did not like other races whatsoever, and I absolutely hated that. Like, I hated that so much. Like, I really 100% hated that. But at the same time, she was born in 1908. She was a kid in 1908. Like, imagine that. Imagine that shit. Like, that's crazy. Hey, TJ, what's going on? Good morning. So, they spent about 2 hours trying to revive Ozzy before they finally gave up. His autobiography is actually scheduled to come out in October. So, that'll probably be like, I said, I really do think it's cool that he donated so much money towards Parkinson's research. But at the same time, me personally, like I said, maybe like past 150. Yeah, and that's what I mean, is it just kind of depends. Like, it just kind of depends. So the average lifespan is getting longer. But yes, there are, people in their 20s, 30s. Like, sickness can be very unforgiving regardless of people's age. But so his autobiography is coming out in October. So if you, like, I'm just saying, if you had, for me, he's got what, 6 kids. He has his oldest one that he really didn't see too much. Then he had 2 with his first wife. Yeah, he's 6, right? Yeah, he has this one. They had 2. Yeah, and then he had 3 kids. He had Amy, Jack, and Kelly with Sharon. So yeah, he has 6 kids. But like, maybe take like 100 million of that, 190 million on just one show was earned. Maybe take 100 million of that, and like, I don't think anybody would have been mad at him over that. Like, okay, you donated $90 million towards research for Parkinson's. Like, that can do a lot of good. Then you also leave your kid, like I said, $100 million. They have millions upon millions of dollars anyway. But like, that's enough that like your lineage will like just be, nobody's gonna have to work. They're all gonna be a bunch of spoiled bitches. Oh my god, mom, you're not gonna let me have my tattoo. I'm like 10 years old. Like, what the fuck? You're such a fucking bitch. Like all bratty and shit and spoiled. Like, but But so I said, I question that as a parent. I question that. Oh god. Oh god. This one. I said I try to do like the good topics or like the goofy topics or whatnot. But this one, it like you give me 5 minutes with this one. I'm just saying. Okay. There is a woman, I don't know, you guys have probably seen her on the news. Her name is Shanda Vander Ark. She has, she wore pigtails to her first court appointment, right? She is in jail for unaliving her son that had autism. And now there's other interviews that are starting to come out. She's due back in court this week. She was the one, if you remember, that was putting hot sauce on bread and making him eat that. And then he actually passed away from hypothermia because she put him in an ice bath and left him there for like 8 hours. Like, I mean, it was really, really bad shit. Like, really, really bad shit that she was doing. Well, she had a younger son, right? He was 15, and, well, I was going to say, the one that passed away, he was 15 and he only weighed like 68 pounds. Like, it was horrible. Like, so, like, there's something, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like I said, I'm an autism mom. Like, like she's due back in court this week. She's trying to ask for a new trial. So they released interviews with her other son, where her other son is explaining what happened, because apparently he was present during all this. And I'm like, yo, this, yeah, that's what I'm like, yo, you don't deserve, like, you don't deserve a new trial. Like, you don't deserve, your child was 68 pounds at 15 years old. If anything, I gotta tell my son to stop snacking so much. You know what I mean? Like, it's a thing with autism where they want to almost eat compulsively sometimes, you know? So, like, it's almost like a stim, like a sensory thing. You know what I mean? But, that just like I just can't I can't imagine like people that do shit to kids and people that do shit to animals, like they have like absolutely no I have no sympathy for them. Then they ended up, I was gonna say, I remember I made that video the other day about classy critters. There was this place where this video has gone viral, right? And this woman was abusing the dogs that were in her care. She was one of the groomers in this place, right? Yeah. I heard about that one too. I was like, yeah, the youngest kid was like 3 years old. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, there's some truly sick ass people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just blows my mind, like, how fucking horrible people can be. Like, so this woman, her name is Kristen Taylor. She worked at this place, right? One of the new girls. She started working at this dog groomer's place, and she tried to tell the owner. The owner's name is Pam. She went to the owner and she said, "Listen, she's abusing the dogs." This is the new info about it. I've talked about it afterwards. Is that there's now been text messages that have come out between her and Pam, the girl that took the video, where Pam was like, "I will destroy you, little girl. You better take that video down off your social media." Because then the girl sat there, took a video of the dogs getting punched, slammed on the table, slapped. Hey, Terry, good morning. You know, like, I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot. Like, that one really fucking got me. The chick ended up, she still worked there until she got arrested the other day. So that fucks me up. If one of my dogs was in that video, so I hope they press. I hope every single person that like has a dog, like, I mean, you're probably not going to get much, but treating how, yeah, I wouldn't even been recording. I would have been. That's what I'm saying. Like, this chick was new, and she's like, "Good morning, Terry. How are you?" Like, she took a video of it because I guess she thought, well, if I can prove it, the owner will do something about it, right? Like, she probably liked her job, but she just didn't. You know, there's always like that one person that like you're just like, why the fuck are they working here? You know. Well, that's, yeah. So that's what she did, was she recorded episodes of this woman slapping, beating, slamming the dogs on tables. Like, I mean, it's a disturbing video. Thank you, Sean, honey. I appreciate you. It's so they ended up that they and I don't want to say I hope that there's more, because that's definitely not what I mean. But they issued a search. So the girl got arrested, right? That was doing all the slapping, all the, you know, everything to the animals, was abusing the animals. Got arrested. Doesn't want me in your live. It's like, no. I was in Josh's live the other day, and it kept swiping me over to the next live stream, which was like all these men in Nigeria dancing, and they're like, hey, hey. I was like, no, back. They rolled out like these guidelines today, so I think they're having some issues. They were having some issues yesterday too. It happens. But so she took the video to the owner of this place called Classy Critters. It's in North Carolina. They're in trouble. Yeah, they're in big trouble. They actually got a search warrant issued on them yesterday. So I guarantee you. Now I'm curious to know. Okay, because now they know that the owner knew, right? They have these texts between the 19-year-old girl that took the video and the owner saying like da 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 da, and she still let her work there. So we don't know. She fired the 19-year-old that took the video, but she let the other girl stay there and work. So I would like to know, A, how long Miss Kristen's, or I think her name's Kirsten's Taylor, right? I want to know how long she worked there. Because if she was like one of their like senior associates and had been there for 5 years, I want to know, was there video of other ones? Because I guarantee you she had video cameras in her grooming salon. But like, yo, I'm like, I'm not even kidding when I tell you, like, man, my dog was doing it with like, you know that scene in Tina Turner's movie where she just like walking away and she like throws the match. That would be my aftermath. Like I'm not even kidding. Like kicking over pups. Yeah, like I'm not even kidding. If that had been one of my dogs, like it would not. Like that, I said, it takes a lot to make me mad. I like that is something that I would literally like I wouldn't even. It's not even something that I would do. You wouldn't hear me talking about it on live beforehand. You wouldn't hear me talk about it. I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna go handle it. Like I do have my soft points where if you hit me in them, then you do need to watch out. Like I said, I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like that. But like there are certain hit points that I have that, if you hit them, you go right to the core. And then I'm like ready to like just and that's definitely, like I'm telling you right now, that is definitely. My dog is going to be 13 years old in October. If I seen somebody slapping him, punching him, slamming on a table, they would literally have to call the cops on me. Like they would literally, they'd have to, like, because that's I'm gonna go in there and I'm just hurting. Everybody's getting some of this. I don't even care. You work here, you don't know about it, you're getting it anyway. Like, I'm getting it out of my system. He was under. Oh God, was he? Oh, who the? I was gonna say the. Hold on, the Shanda Vander Ark's son. See, I didn't hear that. I heard that he was under her care. Is that true or no? Like I said, I try to keep up with stuff as much as I can. Like if I miss stuff, like if I apologize. I try not to spread misinformation or whatever. But like, yeah, I said that was like people are just fucking weird. Like that's all I can think of is people are fucking weird. Like people are fucking weird. There's something really wrong with people if they need to do that shit. Let's see. We talked about the flooding in New Jersey. Oh, Connie Francis and Chuck Mangione also passed away. No. It's cool. I was gonna say it doesn't. There isn't one. It says that's what keeps happening. I can't hear you. And then it's, the next thing I see is, oh no, read my last comment. It might have filtered it, or it might watch you probably put it in the other person's chat by accident. Yeah, there's nothing before it. Like Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I was gonna say that was. So these people, they're in their 70s. You know what I mean? Like that's a yeah. It just wants. It's a hater. The TikTok is just trying to get clout. So, all right. Did you guys see? I was gonna say another one that passed away this last week, and I think she was only like 38 or something. Wasn't she? Is she in her 40s? Maybe Anne Burrell. She was like that celebrity chef with the blonde, spiky hair and whatnot. And it wasn't. Right? It's hating. Don't be a hater. You better pull up on TikTok, Margarita. Pull up. It's trying to use you for clout. Like, you know. But so she ended up, I think it was last week she passed away, and they did an autopsy on her because they couldn't find an exact reason why she passed away. Yeah, that's what I was getting towards. Was the autopsy results came back yesterday, and they said that she did it to herself. I don't even know how she did it to herself. I just know that, and I'm like, man, like you're like a celebrity chef, like you know. So I mean, you can be a celebrity and still be miserable. You know what I mean? Like depression hits everybody. You figure Mariah Carey spent some time in like an institute. Like you're Mariah Carey. You're fucking gorgeous. You're overly talented. You can literally have every guy in the world that you want to. So why are you being? And you're rich, and you travel, and you're here, and you're there. Like why are you? What are you depressed about? Like you know what I mean? Like what are you depressed about? You're Mariah Carey. Like come on. Like what are you depressed about? Like but people will find I think depression can find us all. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's all my stuff for today, guys. I gotta go take some energy meds this morning. I'm like going insane, and then I gotta work for today. I will be back on a little bit later, Cass. I love your face, Margarita. I love your face. Yeah, I love your face, guys. I hope you all come back to see me again. If you don't, it's okay. I know it's having issues today. I said I was having issues when I was going through last night trying to watch like different streams and whatnot. It kept kicking me to other ones, so I'm like, yeah. But they're still allowing music. Everybody tripped out. There's new guidelines out today that says no like begging for money or this or that, which I'm really, really excited for. I hope that works. Don't forget, there's my site, my beautiful site. I love when people go check out my site. So I will be back a little later on. I said I have a couple classes today, and then tonight I've got shit to do. But like I said, I'm not. I don't think I'm going out and play pool tonight. It's supposed to be an excessive heat warning here, and I'm like okay with that. I don't need to go out and like sweat my eyebrows off, but I might. Who knows? All right, I love your faces, guys. I hope everybody has a beautiful day because you fucking deserve it.